Are you ready? Let's make some jam. Say what? I can't hear you.
In this opening lecture, we will discuss 3 primary advantages of choosing cybersecurity as your future profession. Time is the most precious asset each one of us possesses. When you're young, it doesn't actually cross your mind that this invaluable resource you've got in the form of time is actually depletable. The sooner you acknowledge this fact, the sooner you will start appreciating it and investing your time wisely. Now, everything we do in our lives is a certain form of investment. No matter what we do, we always invest something to get something in return. Even hanging out with your friends may be viewed as an investment, since you exchange your time for pleasure. Every successful person you know or heard of is a good investor. Usually it's either money or time. Regardless, the aim of good investor is gaining even more money or time, or even both. Smart people majorly agree that knowledge is absolutely the best investment of time and money. However, there are so many fields of studies that some people usually find it very hard to choose the right path for themselves. Since you're viewing this video and you are probably interested in cybersecurity or computer technologies, I will use this opportunity to convince you that cybersecurity is actually a profession that has obvious advantages, and it is something you should consider for your future career. And trust me, convincing you won't be hard. This discipline entails some very attractive features that will easily persuade anyone who likes tech to pursue this career. Now, let's begin with analyzing the benefits of cybersecurity. Firstly, I will highlight the most important benefit. It's a highly demanded job.
That's how I like it.
We live in the era of information, and practically everything we do is somehow tied to cyber technologies. My instructor from FBI used to tell me that even milkmen nowadays are tied to computers. How come? Registration of orders and clients, financial transactions, GPS navigations, phone or VoIP calls, etc. Everything is somehow interconnected in a world where computer technologies play the key role. Compromising computer technologies would certainly lead the world to chaos. But we won't go this far in this lecture. Let's focus on the milkmen. Now, you might be asking yourself, why do milkmen need to ensure their security? What bad could actually happen to a guy whose business is so distant from anything that is digital? The answer is simple. Milkman's registry usually contains information on all of his clients and price ranges at which he sells his milk. If competitor milkman seizes this data, he would already have a whole database of clients who are willing to buy milk. Furthermore, the competitor milkman will know the price at which the first milkman is selling his milk. The competitor milkman might make discounts for the same clients and gradually take these clients away from the first milkman. You won't believe it, but the story I just told you isn't made up just for the sake of it. Such an occasion actually took place some time ago when one milkman hired a hacker to steal client database of another milkman. Okay, now let's replace milkman with a huge company that has millions of subscriptions, banking details, and private information of its clients. If this infrastructure gets compromised, the company could suffer losses amounted to many millions of dollars. A landmark example would be Yahoo. The internet service company reported a major data breach in September of 2016. This breach has taken place sometime in late 2014 and affected over 500 million user accounts. In the history of internet, this was one of the most paramount breaches of cybersecurity. Hackers managed to steal names, dates of birth, cell phone numbers, email addresses, security questions and answers, and hashed passwords. All in all, this data breach has costed Yahoo around $120 million. Yahoo's case and many prior cases of data breaches have made one thing absolutely clear. It is essential for everyone who runs at least a moderate business to hire a cybersecurity specialist. It is evident that the need for cybersecurity specialists is quite high, and since the demand is so great, the business owners are willing to pay a dear price to ensure protection of their cyber infrastructure. Talking about the demand and salaries, let's check them out right away. Probably the best way to identify the demand and salaries of any given profession is to observe the labor market. For this purpose, we will direct our browser to Indeed.com. This is an international job scouting platform where we can discover current demand and approximate salaries of the cybersecurity specialists.
Let's make some jobs.
Let's input cybersecurity in the search field and hit Find Jobs.
I can't hear you.
What we're looking for now is salary estimate. As you can see, at the moment of recording, there were around 19,000 jobs that paid more than $65,000 a year. This is above average, as you can see. However, no less than 8,600 job givers are willing to pay 105 grants to cybersecurity specialists. This maxes out to more than 120K for the remaining 4,328 vacancies. If we sum up all the available vacancies on Indeed.com, we will get more than 58,000 job opportunities.
Okay, let's go.
So far, we have covered only two benefits of working in the field of cybersecurity: high demand and high salaries. Now let's talk about the third benefit, which is the fact that there are no physical borders to work in this field. What I mean by the lack of physical borders is that many USA and Europe-based companies are willing to hire foreign cybersecurity specialists. Due to the nature of digital telecommunications, in the majority of cases, physical presence of cybersecurity specialists is simply not required. Thus, a cybersecurity officer may work from abroad, while having relatively higher wages in their own countries. We will elaborate on this topic in the last section, where I will discuss possibilities of getting a distant job in the field of cybersecurity. And trust me, you will be pleasantly amazed by these possibilities. If we dig deeper, we will surely find many other pros for learning and working in the field of cybersecurity. But we won't do this in this lecture. However, as we progress, you will certainly discover all the benefits for yourself. Now let us proceed to the next lecture, where I will talk about the necessity to learn ethical hacking.
Rewind.